Good morning. How are you today? It's another lovely day. Yesterday I was trying to share some stuff with you all about hot chicks and the differences between men and women. I might return to that at some later date. Today I want to talk about Justin Bieber, Prince, Alan Rickman, and David Bowie, and how they all tie in together. Very important, by the way. First of all, young Justin Bieber. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a belieber, but I'm not an anti-belieber either. Now, if you don't know what those phrases mean, you must have been under a stone for a very long time, because the thing is, Justin Bieber is a very successful pop star, and he's gone through everything in the public eye, which makes it even more difficult to grow up and be a teenager, because he gets judged for everything he does, which is unfortunate. But then again, he gets compensated by being given huge amounts of money. And one of the things that's been different about Justin Bieber is his last album. Now, I've not heard the album, don't get me wrong, I'm not got a copy of it before you start trying to knock my house down and say, Justin Bieber fan. No, I'm not saying that, but what I have noticed is how many people have started coming out of the closet about Justin Bieber. I'm not saying he's in the closet, I'm just saying people who would normally never, ever say anything about him, and are saying, yeah, I'm not a Justin Bieber fan, but I really like that last song. Or, his stuff's not bad, is it? It's changed quite a lot. I don't DJ very often, but the last couple of gigs I've done, all I hear is Bieber, from the most unusual sources. Even grown men coming up to me and saying, can you play this for my wife, is normal, but sometimes I go, I kind of like that last one he did. So, full marks to Justin Bieber. If you're a Justin Bieber fan, then good luck to you, and if you're watching Justin, keep up the good work. I'm not that keen, but I'm sure it's fantastic. Okay, so that's moving on to a different area, and that is what is happening this year. It's a real coming of age for anybody my age, which is years old. When you get to a certain age, things change. I'm not just talking about physical things changing. Of course they do, Dave. You get older and your voice drops and girls like you. Or boys. Or bit of both. I'm just saying, I'm just not judging, alright. So, as you get older, you get through different stages of your life, and one of the things I find most interesting about it, I'll talk about the reason I mentioned those three big stars in a moment, is when people say about, paranoia and about what you're going to do with your life, is something that was told to me as a very interesting phrase. And this is it, I'll share it with you. When you're 20 years old, you're worried about what everyone's going to say about you. I'll start again because my alarm went off. When you're 20 years old, 20 years old, you're worried about what everyone's saying about you. Then you turn 40 and you don't care what anybody is saying about you. And then you turn 60 and you realise that nobody was saying anything about you at all. There you go, you can write that down. Life design phrase. But the reason I want to talk about Prince and Alan Rickman and David Bowie and Terry Wogan and various other people is I'm now at that age where all my heroes are starting to pass away. All the people that were dependable to give you the culture that you grew up with, that formed your excuse me, hay fever, formed your personality and made you the person that you are now, they're all sort of popping their clogs. And it's really strange because not only does Keith Richards keep living, but he was like the generation before mine. My parents were Keith Richards fans, and Rolling Stones were actually Beatles more. But so all the guys that I grew up and looked up to and thought were fantastic, like Prince and like Alan Rickman. I watched a Harry Potter with my 5-year-old the other day, and Alan Rickman just steals the show as Snape. By far, he steals the show. And all the little twists that come later on in the series are so more justified when you realise how well he's portrayed the character. And when they put a movie together and make a comeback movie, as they often do in many different genres, we know Alan Rickman's character won't be there, which works out for the story, but it's just one of those really sad things, isn't it? We're at the age where the icons, the heroes, are going to start dropping like flies. And you realise that even if you go to the gym and you work out and you get a lot out of life, it can all happen at a certain age. So enjoy every second of every day with the people that you care about, and let them know how much you love them, because one day it might all change. And that sounds really deep for me on a morning on the way to work, but it's just something that occurred to me just by, first of all, thinking about Bieber, and thinking about all the fallen stars, because every single day when you go into newspapers or magazines or start Googling, somebody else you really thought was fantastic or cared about seems to have dropped or moved on or had something and I was fighting it for a very long time. And that's only going to get worse. Friends, family, parents, and so on. So that's the depressing thing. And what makes it even more depressing is Justin Bieber's about 12 years old. So finally, when he retires from music, so as I was saying, did you catch that? I'll just tell you one more time. So a passing thought is Justin Bieber must be about 12, 13 years old. So when he finally retires from music, I won't be around to watch it. Anyway, have a lovely day. That's it from me. I think I'm stuck in traffic. Can we just show you traffic? Does that happen like this? And turn it around? Like this? Car? No, it's not working. Press the button, Dave. Oh, there you go. See, that's the pace I move at. That's how fast I roll. Stuck in nasty traffic every morning on the way to work. But that was my thought for the day. Have a lovely day. Share it with friends. Share it with everybody. Let me have your comments. I'm more than happy to comment back. Have you got certain subjects you'd like to chat about tomorrow? Let me know. Meanwhile, on behalf of me and everyone stuck in traffic, thank you so much for your hospitality and your attention. And thank you. Bye. See you.